This is the voice of Jew. People are reluctant to talk about race. People are concerned with political correctness. People are extremely uncomfortable and sensitive. This kind of platform for people to open up and have a safe space regardless of gender, race, etc., and talk about issues is so important. When people feel safe, they thrive.
The social work team gathered as social work students last year to bring in BASWA, British Association of Social Workers, to run a day of learning and development for us on anti-racist practice. That was so useful, and I believe that was really forward-thinking, pressed us to share ideas, experiences, and how best we can be active as anti-racist practitioners. Following on from that, the steering group was set up, and it has been wonderful in seeking and sharing the views, ideas, and experiences of members, and how best the university and the health and social sciences team can support students, lecturers, practitioners, practice educators.
The discussions around racism and anti-racism have been incredibly inspiring, asking the difficult questions, often not really having the right answers, but exploring as a group, how do we get that balance? How do we make sure that those who are from different minority ethnic groups are able to fully access social work learning as a student, but also that our practice is the best it can be, so that everybody who meets us is able to get the best service. I think for me, my particular area of interest is Gypsy Roma traveller communities, and so there's a particular interest around white racism and white identity, and sometimes we have really interesting discussions around whether or not racism is purely linked to colour and to race, or whether or not we're focused on ethnicity as well. And I think that helps us to realise some of the nuances, some of the challenges that these conversations have, because the obvious answers are often not the right answer.
This is the voice of Christina. As a middle-aged black Zimbabwean woman, I was inspired to join the anti-racist steering group by the different influences and experiences in the past 2 years, and my experiences as a black woman affected by racism in the UK. I also had an opportunity to attend an anti-racism social work practice Siobhan McLean webinar. This spurred me on to reflect on my own experiences and think about my own contribution to anti-racist social work. I strongly feel that as a black social worker, to enable other people to understand our experiences as black people, need to be a part of that discussion and drive that change where we feel comfortable to talk about, to challenge practices that discriminate other individuals. As a black person, I would like allyship. I would like people to understand my lived experience and what I am going through. Would like to be able to have open conversations with people. What actions can we make to make sure everyone is included? I would like to confidently go to a white colleague and talk about my experience.
It is only a social construct. No black people in Africa. When you unpick it, we are not all referred to white or European or British. Why are black people Africans? You lose your tribe, your country. You are just one person lumped in with black people. We are all unaware of our perspective, projecting our preconceptions.
As a practice educator and practice tutor working with students on placements in third sector and statutory organisations, in my view it is vital that we work to improve the knowledge and skills of our colleagues in these organisations about anti-racist practice. I'm involved with this group as I worked with a student who was subjected to racist treatment in a placement. I found this to be offensive and unacceptable that she had been sent to a placement where she was treated in this despicable manner. I considered that as an educational establishment that welcomes students from all over the world to study, we should make a concerted effort to stand against racist practice.
Racism is a choice based on false information and historical ideas that we've got to confront. But I'm really interested in why are we making this choice, and why isn't white identity so frail that it's wrapped up in societal prejudices and artificial superiorities? As social workers, we must confront racism head on in our practice and our teaching and in our daily lives.